What's up, everybody? You're watching B-Boy 45, the hospital's TV and radio station here at Children's Hospital, Colorado. It's a wonderful Thursday afternoon, and it's made even better by the fact that we have our friend Maya. Maya, are you there, my friend?
Yes, hi.
Yes, she is! And Maya, why is today so good?
Because Chance Hurstfield is calling in.
We got Chance Hurstfield! Yeah!
Thank you guys for having me. I'm glad to be here.
That is awesome. Now, usually I just hand it right off to Maya right away, but I gotta ask something. What is behind you that is like responding to the sound in the room, or maybe it's in front of you?
Oh,
what is that?
Okay, they're called nanoleafs. They're like these cool lighting triangle things, and you could stick together to make formations. And there's a mode where it's reactive to the sound. So depending on how loud you are, it'll just shoot up different colors.
What? How cool is that? Okay, I'll get out of your way, Maya. I just had to ask that because now I got to get some from my house. There we go. Maya, take it away, my friend.
Okay, so it's so nice to talk to you again. And so I'm so excited that you're calling back in. What have you been up to since we last spoke?
It's been a little bit, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it was well before January of this year. I got to do a movie called Fatman with Mel Gibson and the Nelms brothers and Walton Goggins and Marianne Jean-Baptiste, and that was a phenomenal experience. I mean, okay, so first of all, my first ever scene on the movie was with Mel Gibson, and I was kind of a little nervous because I'm going to be acting opposite of a 2-time Academy Award winner. So I was a little bit nervous, and I was over preparing myself because I wanted to make sure I could at least try and keep up with him. And I remember my first time meeting him, I saw him in the lunchroom on set, and I was like, holy cow, someone pinched me. I must be dreaming right now. That's Mel Gibson. And I met him, and he was such a funny guy. He was spitting out jokes left and right. He was making the whole table laugh. He was such a nice guy, and he's super down to earth.
Oh, that's so cool. I'm so excited for season 3 of A Million Little Things, and I'm counting down the days until November 19th. Can you tell us anything about the new season?
I don't think I could tell you a ton of stuff about the new season because I'd probably get in a little bit of trouble, but I'm going to tell you that once again, it is going to be very emotional. There's going to be some comedic moments. It's going to be a roller coaster. So you're going to need some tissues, and you're going to need some snacks, and you're going to need a very comfortable place to sit on or lie down on, because this season is going to be phenomenal because, of course, we have the wonderful DJ Nash and Nina Lopez Corrado, and we have just a bunch of phenomenal people on board of A Million Little Things.
Oh, cool. So what is it like to be back on set during COVID?
We have a lot of new COVID protocols, and I don't know. I mean, I've said this many times. I don't know if you know, but on A Million Little Things, we're a very cushy set. All the cast, we're not just like an ensemble cast. We're like a family. Everybody's friends with everybody outside of set. I mean, Lizzie Green, who plays Sophie, is like a sister to me in real life. Tristan Bynum, who plays Theo, he's like a brother to me in real life. I play video games with him all the time. So after not being able to see each other for almost a year, it is a little weird not being able to just leap into each other and hug each other. Like, how are you? How have you been? It's a little strange kind of maintaining the 6 feet and just elbowing each other. But I get it. We have to keep everyone safe on the show. We have to keep the boat afloat. Everyone has to be okay. Everyone has to be healthy. So we do get tested 3 times a week. So we are super safe. We got everything on track. Everything that happens, everyone knows about. So yeah, it's a little weird, not being able to hug each other all the time, but it's going pretty smoothly.
Good. Have you discovered any new hobbies or talents during quarantine?
During quarantine, well, During quarantine, it was a lot of sleeping. I did some at-home workouts, which was quite an experience. It was pretty fun. I played a lot of video games. Quarantine, I think I tried to make like homemade mac and cheese and homemade miso soup. It didn't go great. It didn't taste phenomenal. So as for hobbies and activities, I didn't find a ton of new ones during quarantine. I did find some new video games I enjoy playing, but I definitely tried to do the I don't know if you would call it cooking, because it's kind of just boiling miso soup and putting macaroni and cheese in the microwave for a certain amount of time. But I did try that, and I don't know how I managed to mess up mac and cheese going in the microwave, but if anyone could mess it up, it would be me.
Can you tell us anything about your upcoming movie, Fatman, with Walton Goggins?
Fatman. Okay. So Fatman. Now, let me tell you this. It has some of the elements of a Christmas movie, some of the key elements. It has Santa Claus. It takes place on Christmas. It has snow. It has some Christmas music, but it's not very Christmassy. There's some violence. There's a little bit of torturing. It's a very funny movie, though. I will tell you that. So what happened is, when I first auditioned for it, I kind of compared it to Bad Santa a little bit, but they actually told me it was No Country for Old Men. And when I was first reading the audition script, I'm like, interesting. I wonder how they're going to play this out. And then when thankfully I got the role, I read the full script and I'm like, okay, I see what they're doing with this. And Fatman was just overall a wonderful experience. Like, not even just one of the best experiences of my acting, one of the best experiences of my life. And the amazing thing is, we had two directors, Ian Nelms and Esham Nelms, and they're brothers. Now, here's the thing with me. I don't know about you guys, but if you had siblings and you were both directing a movie, I feel like, personally for me, there'd be a little argument going on between me and my sisters over if she thinks this scene should play out a certain way, or if I think this scene should play out a certain way. But the Nelms brothers were amazing. They were so in line with each other, and they were so parallel. It's like they took one body and replicated the brain and the DNA and the soul, and because they both shared the same ideas for the scenes and the same vision, it was like they were conjoined twins. It was crazy, because I don't think I'd be able to work that well with my sibling without any arguments.
Yeah, my sister and I are best friends, so I think we would be able to work together and like have fun, but I think there would be a little bit of arguing.
Yeah.
So you were also in a movie with Ed Helms, which is so cool. So what was that experience like?
Coffee and Kareem was wonderful to work on. Ed Helms is a fantastic guy. I worked on it for a couple of days, and it was a fantastic experience. I remember back then I was super into Fortnite, and Terrence, who plays Kareem, we both set up Ed Helms a Fortnite account, and that was pretty funny. But overall, I had a fantastic experience shooting Coffee and Kareem. The script was very interesting. There was, some things that I had to Google, but apart from that, it was a wonderful experience.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Ed Helms he's in two of my favorite movies. So
Ed Helms is a phenomenal actor. I love the guy.
Yeah, so that when I saw that you worked with him, I was like, oh, that's so cool. So if you could create your own character, what would they be like?
Like a dream role, per se?
Yeah.
That's a difficult question, because I would love to do a lot of things. I mean, I'm a massive Star Wars fan, like completely massive, over the top. So anything Star Wars, I would love to do. But then again, my favorite actor, Leonardo DiCaprio, he's my favorite actor. He's in my top 3 favorite movies. I would love to do something with him. I don't quite know what. I haven't thought about it yet, but I would love to do something with DiCaprio or love to do something Star Wars because I love both of the things.
Oh, cool. So since we last spoke, you've done so many amazing things, and you were in the movie Good Boys with Jacob Tremblay, Will Forte, and Molly Gordon. Do you have any fun stories or memories from filming?
Geez, was it that long? Was it before Good Boys? Time flies.
Yeah.
Good Boys was also fantastic to film. I had a great time on that. Here's one thing though, there was a lot like crafty. Basically, there's 2 different catering services on set. There's the lunch truck, which serves you lunch, dinner, breakfast, depending on how long you're on set for. And then there's Crafty. And Crafty is either a tent or a truck. And there's just tons and tons of food and you can help yourself. And on Good Boys, all that food was purely candy. So I remember the moment I got on set, they were filming a scene where Jacob, Keith, and Brady, the 3 good boys, they had to run down the sidewalk. And what I heard was they had so much candy before they filmed that scene, they threw up everywhere, all 3 of them. So there was a lot of candy on set, safe to say. There was some very fun party scenes. The sets were amazing in Soren's house when there's that party, that beautiful party. It's, oh my Lord, I would love to have like a man cave like that. I think that would be phenomenal. That sounds so cool. And I mean, overall, Good Boys was fantastic to film. There was a lot of candy, which I loved, even though I didn't have too much of it because I didn't want to throw up all over set. It was amazing to film. And the Good Boys, Jacob, Keith, and Brady, they're so nice.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I know when I was like working on these questions for this interview, I was like, oh, I need to make sure I'm not asking him the same questions I did last time. So I was looking up the questions from last time and I always have the date on top. And I was like, cool. Was it in 2018 that I was like, it doesn't seem like that long ago.
It doesn't seem like that long. Wow. Time really flies. That's nuts.
Yeah. It's like, I feel like I just talked to him yesterday.
I know. That's crazy.
Yeah. So you're in the Disney Channel show Pup Academy. What's the best part of working on that show? I mean, it must be so fun to be working with all those dogs.
It's fantastic. I have 2 roles on that show on Pup Academy. I have Leon Kovalik a Dingo, who is live action, and then I play the voice of Corazon, who is a little golden retriever. And I think my best memory of that show is when I went on set as Leon, the live action role, and I met the dog who plays Corazon for the first time, and he was so cute. There was a bunch of them, but the one in particular that I spend most of the time with, he was so cute and he was so fluffy, and it was just like, it was heaven.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. So have you been binge watching any good shows?
You know, during quarantine, there's a show called Bob's Burgers, which is kind of like it's an animation, but not for kids per se. I binge watch every season of that several times. You know, I love Star Wars, as I said, so I binge watched The Mandalorian on Disney Plus several thousand times. So it was mostly binge watching Bob's Burgers and The Mandalorian, and I watched a lot of DiCaprio movies while I was in quarantine. Most of them not for kids, but still fantastic movies.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we've been watching a bunch of movies and binge watching a lot of shows. Like a while ago, my mom and I binged watched the whole series of Frasier.
I heard it's good.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. It's so funny.
That's good to hear. I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, my mom had seen it all before. I had only seen like 2 episodes, so we watched the whole thing. And my sister watched it too, and we were all just laughing.
That's awesome.
Or crying from laughing. So
I'll have to watch it with my family. That sounds good.
I was actually just rewatching some episodes right before you called it.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
My last question for you is, what songs are currently on your playlist?
Songs on my playlist. See, that's a tricky question because I like everything. I like Spanish, I like R&B, I like pop, a little bit of hip hop. I mostly listen to music when I'm at the gym, and I usually listen to hip hop while I'm at the gym just to get myself in like that mood. I gotta run fast, I gotta run far. So it's mostly I've been listening to some Justin Bieber lately. I've been listening to a lot of him. He has a great voice. Yeah. I really don't know what I've been listening at the gym with hip hop. I kind of just press play on a playlist and let it play. Blackpink. I've been listening to Blackpink. K-pop is really good. K-pop is actually, in my opinion, I think it's going to take over. So, I mean, mostly it's been Justin Bieber, some K-pop here and there, and hip hop at the gym.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I've had a bunch of, over quarantine, I've gotten really into some Broadway soundtracks.
Broadway, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I have I never really used to love Broadway soundtracks. I liked a couple songs, but over quarantine, I found a couple that I am just completely obsessed with. So I have a whole playlist that's just all of those.
That's amazing.
Soundtracks. So
I have been listening to a little bit of old school recently. Some Elton John, some Billy Joel, Hall & Oates, just a little bit of that.
Okay, Billy Joel is... I'm obsessed with him. He's one of my favorite singers, and me too. My whole family is. He's one. Our mom actually introduced me and my sister to him because
my dad introduced me.
Yeah, he's one of her favorite singers, and now he's one of our favorite singers.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, so him and Bruce Springsteen are always on my playlist.
That's another great one.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was so much fun to talk to you again. Thank you so much. It was fun
talking to you too. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for, I was trying to figure out, I was like, I want to get a chance to call back in. So thank you for actually reaching out and saying I'd love to call in.
Thank you so much for having me. The pleasure's mine. We should do this again sometime.
Yeah, we'll have to do it again, Chance. Thanks a ton. We'll have to make it 3 soon, okay?
Yes.
All right, buddy.
Yeah, and I hope to meet you in person one day.
Me too. Thank you guys very much. Have a phenomenal day.
You too.
You too.
Bye, guys.